everybody, and welcome to the Flat Earth Digest Live 3. And happy Slave Day, 4th of July to everybody who's listening. What are you guys doing here? You should be popping some fireworks, right? Well, Horry just had some time off. Nobody's here at the house, so I figured this is the best time for me to do a live stream. Plus, I don't have any fireworks. I know, sad panda face, right? I hope everybody's careful if they're going out. Don't drink and drive. Now, if you're orbiting and driving, that's a different story. So, yeah, there's currently no rules for that. So that's why I'm doing it. Anyway, let's get to the news. I got some things that I'm going to share with you guys today. If you're reading the description down below, it will just give you a total sneak peek of what I got. I'm also going to share some news about IPS, Infinite Plane Society, and what's been going on in his corner recently, and how everybody that I know has withdrawn support from him now. So if you're interested in what the hell shit hit the fan there, stick around. First up on the list, let me pull it up and move it over here. All right. There is a Flat Earth children's book out. Suzanne Borho on Facebook has sent me a message on the Horry Sheet Show page, which, by the way, if you're not on that page, go ahead and go to the Horry Sheet Show on Facebook, give it a like, and you'll see kind of every now and then I'll post some insider stuff about the show or whatever. But she sent me a message. She's creating a children's book about flat Earth. It's titled Granny Knows Earth is Round and Flat. She is all the way over there in South Korea, and she's been working with an illustrator over in Kenya to complete what has been a 2.5-month process. The description of the book is as follows. It says, Granny takes little Susie on a flying adventure, kind of like this maybe, with her magic cane. Flying over mountains and valleys, hills and plains, oceans, lakes and rivers, forest, desert, cities, and even over Antarctica, proving to Susie that the world is indeed flat. Colorful illustrations are uniquely merged with real-world photographs, making it a fun and lifelike journey for children and adults alike. So, currently, there is, unfortunately, she ran into some publishing issues, and it's currently being worked out with a new illustrator. They're going to work on it to make the book available for purchase online again soon. At the time I wrote this, it was on Lulu, but something happened there, and it looked too much like one of the Incredibles characters or something like that, so they had to change it up. But anyway, I'll be following this to make sure that it sees the light of day. But take note, if you're an illustrator or artist yourself, she might need some help with that. Suzanne might need some help with art stuff. She might need some Photoshop stuff. So keep her in mind if you feel passionate and want to reach out. But anyway, let's hear her talk about her book on Sun and Moon Family United for a minute. Let me just play this. I'll play it for about a minute and a half, and you get to see her. She's a wonderful person, and I can't wait to see her book published. Let me just put it on the screen real quick. Hold up.
The book. Talk about your book. What's the title? I've obviously got it on here, but the title of the book.
It's called Granny Knows the Earth is Round, ... and Flat. And so it's about, so the girl comes home from school and she's all excited because she learned about how, the guy who sailed around the world, the first guy, Magellan. She learned about how Magellan sailed around the world and proved the Earth was a globe or a ball, was round. And then the grandma says, well, honey, round things don't have to be a ball. And then she gives some examples and I show pictures. And then she takes little Susie. That's the main little character, little Susie, named after me. They go flying on Granny's magic cane, and they fly over all of these rivers and deserts and plains and and mountain ranges and the oceans and the South Pole. And Susie is just in awe, and she sees all of this flat terrain. Even the mountains look flat, she says, and it's true. And then they fly home, and then, so in the beginning, little Susie, she has a picture that she drew of the Earth after.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. I don't want to give too much away, but isn't she lovely? Check out the book, and I'll repeat the title again real quick for anybody who's interested. It's titled "Granny Knows Earth is Round, ... and Flat." Thanks so much, Suzanne, for doing that and for climbing this hurdle that's been put forth in front of you. I know you can do it. Next up, Flat Earth commercial pilot and Mr. Thrive and Survive. We're talking on Sun and Moon Family United. Oh, there's the Wicked Witch of the West. Every now and then, we catch the Wicked Witch of the West and the Goodyear blimp. But it always catches me by surprise. She's got this wicked odor. I don't know. She's not bathing up here or something. Here's something that globe pilots don't think about every day. Calibrating the attitude indicator on the flat runway they just took off on, and traveling, let's say you calibrated the attitude indicator on the flat runway and you traveled 17 hours. That's a hell of a distance around the supposed globe Earth. You're making quite a dip. Ever thought about how the attitude indicator would look after that? Does the gyro compensate for curvature? Nope. Listen to this commercial pilot on Karen Pettit's Sun and Moon Family United channel. He was on Mr. Thrive and Survive, and it was really a great show. I'm going to play about 2 minutes of this, and you can hear it from him. You can hear it from an actual pilot. Check it out.
To where it's connecting to the instrument, okay? In other words, the procedure I just described to you is calibrating the attitude indicator with the flat runway, okay? Now, by federal law, it is illegal for any pilot to recage that, to recalibrate that while he's in flight, in other words. So now we've got our attitude indicator calibrated to that flat airstrip, okay? Now we take off and we ascend up to our flight altitude. Commercial flights normally fly at least 36,000. Maybe they'll go up to 42, but it's normally 36,000 feet. So we cage our attitude indicator at 0, okay? Then we fly up to 36,000 feet, and we fly 3, 4, 7, 8. In the case of Korea, we fly 17 hours, all of it caged to that flat airstrip. And there you go. There's indicator, there's scientific, there's technological proof. There's technological proof of flat Earth right there.
You mean it's calibrated to the runway you left?
Exactly. Yeah, it's calibrated to where we departed, because during that 17-hour flight to Korea, for example, it's illegal to recage that attitude indicator. In other words, the entire flight is calibrated directly back to that flat airstrip of origin. In other words, that's a complete refutation of the globe concept. Completely done.
Now that's a 17-hour flight. Where did you take off from?
Well, I've made the flight to Korea and back 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 different times. I've lived in Korea 3 years. I'm just using that as an example. And when I made that flight, I wasn't a pilot, but when the pilots do make that flight, they fly from Portland, Oregon, over to Seoul, Korea.
Okay, so the only reason why I asked that was
for example,
if you took off at Portland, Oregon, when you landed safely and level in Korea, that meant that Korea was the exact same level as Portland, Oregon.
You're all over it, and you can make any observation you can from that scenario, from that vignette right there. The flat in Portland is the same flat as in Seoul, Korea. There you go. And Seoul, Korea is not too far away from the coast. So, and another observation is sea level is sea level. Sea level in LA is the same sea level in New York City, for example.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really run from some stuff like that. Those things, from what I heard, the gyroscopes are mechanical. And when you cage these things, they're going to stay like that. If you're flat here, it's going to be flat over there because the land in between A and B is just level. Can't run from that. All right, next up, D.Marble's trip to Alaska. Before I get to that, I'm going to say hi to the chat. I'm going to check the Facebook and say hi to everybody in the Facebook chat. Old School Warrior, Google user, Larry Sebens is in the house. Flat Earth Dude, what's up, man? McVice is in here. Witch Hazel. Bro, watch your head. I know, I got these satellites and these baseballs. Yep. What's up, Steve? Joey's in the house. Joey Silv. All right, let's take a look at the Facebook Live right now. We've got... I got to drag the screen over here. That'll work. That's cool. Got Jane Smith is in there. Jason Price. Louise Diaz. How you doing? How you doing? Richard Lopez has joined it. Say hi in the chat on the Facebook if you're still here. Love to hear from you. We're going to do some call-ins in a little while. D.Marble's in the house. What's up, D.Marble? Let me make sure that's not a clone sock, and I will give you a wrench, my man. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Good. That is, in fact, the D.Marble, the real one in the flesh. Enjoy your wrench. Let's see. I was going to talk about your trip to Alaska. So, how did it go for D.Marble? Well, he was going to Alaska to film the midnight sun, and he put a video out titled 100% Proof the Sun Circles Around, or Circles Above the Flat Earth, rather. It sounds like he confirmed that other guy's video was a real thing. So, you remember this? Do you remember this video right here? I'm just going to play this real quick, and I'm going to have it muted, but... This video, we were not sure if it was real or not. Wait. Yeah, this one. So D.Marble went and did his own. And he's on a mission for himself to see if that was a real video or if it's been faked. And I trust Daryl. He's been giving it to us straight so far. And here's how he conducted his experiment. I'm just going to let him explain it for you because it's quite a bit and it's just better for him to do it. So let me unmute it. I'll blow it up to full screen for everybody to hear.
Obstruction on my side for the whole trip. The plan will be to travel to multiple vantage points with minimal obstruction so he could track the sun's movements in the sky, get a time lapse of the sun making its circuit, and take hourly pictures showing the sun's position in the sky. The first place we would go to was called Murphy's Dome, and we would use that tower in the background as a reference point to track the sun's movement. So that was where I'd set up the P900 for a time lapse. Now, to take these pictures from my phone, I downloaded an advanced photography app. This thing would show your time, date, elevation, grid coordinates, and most importantly, azimuth. So if you do a 360, it's going to show you on screen your degrees and the position that you're facing. Very important for this project, as you can see here. So here's what we got from the first site.
All right, I will let you guys go and watch the rest of that video. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek of what he did, and he had some, the proper equipment to do all this. And as you can see, awesome. Yeah, he's really given us some nice footage with those high-end tools. So check it out. Go watch the 11-minute video for yourself. Thanks, D, again for making this trip for us. I hope you can recommend a really good anti-itch cream from me, by the way, by the time you come back to the States, because I know them skeeters ate your lunch, bro. Dude, I have like the worst luck with mosquitoes and bugs. It is, honestly, it's ridiculous. Oh, you got ET crossing the moon. That's pretty rare, But dude, I saw those bugs on camera. I had no idea you had mosquitoes like that in Alaska. I had no idea it was that hot in Alaska. That's crazy. Jeez, you packed your gloves, huh? Anyway, Ouch, man. Good stuff. The links to that video, guys, and all the other stuff I've been talking about, of course, will be down in the show notes below. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and follow him on Facebook, D.Marble. Now, all right, a lot of you in here probably already know what I do with Fiverr, and what I do is I get these freelancers that are on there offering all kinds of different services, and I offer them for $5. I say, hey, will you watch 10 minutes of this Flat Earth documentary? I give them like 5 different ones. I say, pick one. Watch 10 minutes and then make a 3-minute reaction video. Can you do that for $5? And yeah, I mean, some people are like, yeah, they just want a good rating, and you know, some of them are new sellers and stuff. So they're like, yeah, I'll do that. Well, it's actually been working out really, really well. I ordered 7 or 8 of them recently. And now, just so you know, Fiverr has now gone up to $7, the bastards. It's $5 for the service, in which the seller gets only 4 of. But now there's a $2 service fee. So as a buyer, every time I go and do one of these now, it's $7 instead of 5. That's kind of sucky. But it's still worth it if I'm getting videos like this. I'm going to show you in a minute. But the thing is, out of like 7, so far 4 of them have been good. Like, I asked one guy, you know, I'll tell you in a minute when I don't know if I'll forget or what, so I'll mention it now. But I asked this one guy after he watched, I think he was one that watched maybe 40 minutes of it and gave me a 3-minute video. The other people are watching 10 minutes of it, but giving me a 13-minute reaction video. So there's 2 styles that I'm doing here. But anyway, this guy said, I said, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being flat, 10 being round, what is your number? What number do you resonate with as far as the shape of the earth now? And he was like a 3. I'm leaning more towards flat after this. I don't know, whether it's 10 minutes or 40 minutes of it, that's pretty damn good for $7. So we're going to play one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that I could play. And if you guys really, really want one, I'll play a 3rd one at the very end. But I'll play 1 and 2 right now. This is from Munib Naveed, and he watched Planet Flat Earth 2018 nature documentary. I want to say maybe that's ODD's. And let's see what he did here. Boop boop be doop. Let me pull up the thing. Yeah, I think it's already on. So here you go.
Documentaries. So here the flat earthers say that if you were to go to NASA, it's all fraud, it's fake. So my question is, my thought, again, my opinion is why? I mean, like, they put so much money, and why they would be lying to us? And here they say that they have used Photoshop to edit the picture, and while I admit that in the different years, the image, the picture, the appearance of the earth has been changing and is not consistent, but you can see it all can be a coincidence. It can be a coincidence. So now here they say that it's a very math heavy fact, according to me at least, that so I didn't really get what this fact and what this part was all about, but the next thing is pretty convincing. So basically they're saying that there is no curvature, and yeah, I'm pretty surprised and shocked at this. So this is what intrigues me to find out how this is happening. I mean, when I study in textbooks, I always wonder how the color and the appearance of the earth changes year by year, and yeah, that's a solid point. So I don't agree with this whole satellites are a myth and are a fake thing, because you know, there's actual physics proving that how they launch a satellite and keep them in the orbit or around the Earth. So there is actually physics. And while I was watching this, I came up to the username. It's real Donald Trump. I mean, come on, seriously? Is this a joke or something? So in here, they're trying to make a point that
I gotta say, I haven't watched this guy's video at all. And I just saw that it was an appropriate length and that he went out of his way to like really not, he didn't follow directions whatsoever. He just like, he must have watched the video and then like started like, you know, researching it and looking up stuff. That's pretty much what he did. That's pretty cool. I'm just gonna continue because I'm liking this. So he sounds like he's getting his dose, whether he's believing any of this or not. You can't run from a lot of this stuff he's been exposed to. Let's continue.
they're wasting billions of dollars, and I completely agree with that. And if I just Google simple search NASA budget, you can see 18.4 billion US dollars, 19.1 billion dollars, 19 billion dollars. So this money could have been spent in other fields like medicine, nanotechnology, or something else useful. So here they're saying that a treaty, an Antarctic treaty, was signed, and I believe that it's all for safety purposes. That's all. So here they're trying to make a point that
Go on, please. I am live. Silence, I'm just...
So have you heard of something called gravity? Now it's a field force, so that's why, and we don't realize this because well, it's the curvature is so small that gravity does his thing and we don't even realize it. So if we jump to another, the other documentary, they're asking and trying to make a point about the does the flat earth move and how we have been locked.
Yeah, just as I suspected. He did some research here when he was doing this order. He didn't just watch 10 minutes of it and react for 3 minutes or 13 minutes. He did his own thing. Really cool.
About the motion, about the spinning of the earth around its own axis, and they say that we cannot realize, we cannot detect that the earth is spinning about 1,000 miles per hour speed. And this is because I think it's a common knowledge that the humans cannot detect speed, or rather they detect a change in speed. An example would be if a car is going about in a constant, almost a uniform velocity, we don't feel as much the speed. We just know because of the surroundings going behind. So humans cannot detect speed, rather they can detect the changes in speed. So in this video I will share some of my thoughts that I get while watching these flat earth documentaries.
Okay. Oh, whoops. Same transition. So yeah, he did his own thing, and that was the end. It just started over right there. So if anybody was confused, it just looped. That, you know, it didn't sound like he got really too convinced. It didn't sound like he was buying the ball too much after it either. I'm gonna look in to the FIVERR account real quick, and let's see. I'm gonna see what he said. if I chatted with this guy or not. So hold on, and I'll pull up the actual window and we'll look at it real quick. So his name was like Ma something. So all right, I gotta go to buyers, orders, and a lot of these things that I'm ordering here are you know, there it says like, oh, listen to you, be your friend, or create a stunning Wix website, or do research for you. All of these were Flatsmacks. They just put their own gig in there. But I didn't remember about this. Don't think I'm ordering on Fiverr for somebody to listen to me and be my friend. Make you a video saying a phrase. I don't know where this guy's thing is. And I really can't read anything from this far away. But that's okay. Oh, let me pull it over here. I really want to see. I'm really curious. I got to open up the past like 5 links real quick. So hold on while I do this. Exquisite Pearl. All right, here he goes. So, you know, the guy told me, all right, let me move it back over here so y'all can see what I'm seeing. Thanks again for choosing me for the job. Yeah, I got my thoughts and opinions, basically what I think about watching the Flat Earth documentary, agreeing with some and disagreeing with the others. So this was a guy that was on the fence, all right? And that was it. I don't think I might have said something else to him. Let's see. Yeah, we had some conversation here. I told him I left an awesome review for him. Okay, and he was like, glad to hear. I don't want to get in the contest as I'm not much of a science guy and it hurts my brain. You can probably see this as I'm a designer. And one more thing. Oh, and one more thing. Earth is flat because it's a planet. It was to be a sphere. What? I'm a little bit drunk, but what did he say? Oh, and one more thing. Earth is flat because it's a planet. It was to be a sphere. It would be sphered. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about. But anyway, this guy seemed to be on the fence. Now, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. This is number 2, and he's College Stud 1, and he watched A Stranger's Guide to Flat Earth, 21 Questions. And let's see what he says about it. I mean, just if you're on the fence, like if you're like agreeing with some and not agreeing with others, you just had seeds planted in your head, basically. And so that's still a win. All right. Let's see. And here it is.
Hello. My name is Shakir. I'm 22 years old, doing my engineering in material science. So first of all, I want to thank you for sharing this video with me. So
I'm going to say it's he's got a thick accent and the sound quality isn't the best on this one. So try to, really listen closely on it, but there you go.
To learn about the things which I didn't know. I'm being honest, first when I started watching this video, I thought this was going to be some boring video, but after watching this video, my reaction is less like wow. I mean wow, everything in this video is perfect. I mean, how we are being told a lie every single day of our lives. Right from the basic first class of science, we are being told that the earth is round, but that might actually be a big lie. Yeah. How you explain in this video, there was explained how earth might actually be flat. There are 21 reasons how earth might actually be flat. I took some notes, so I'm going to refer from them. So you said that it's not necessarily there should be an edge, but we are being told every day that there's an edge. And then how it's being told to us that the earth is restricted, there's nothing behind us, everything has been discovered, but there might actually be something. And if there is something, it must be near the Indian Ocean, because it's so vast, no one has ever reached that far of the earth. And then the most important thing was when you showed how fake computer-generated pictures were taken by NASA and other big space agencies, and we have been told a lot every single day of our lives. How lead NASA scientists confirm that what his main job is that he gathers data from various satellites and all this stuff and makes a clear-cut prediction of what the Earth is like to be and creates a 3D fake picture and showcases it to us. That means all the satellites and all the other stuff is fake too. And then you explained about how outer space is really and that's all this stuff. And there's also one thing I want to point out, that already in religious texts there has been shown that Earth is behind Earth is connected in between some pillars, or there might be water above or water below. But how these agencies are trying to hide this big revelation from us? They are feeding this into us right from our day one, that Earth is round, Earth is round, Earth is round. So people think that everything has been discovered out there, yeah. So they want to propagate, they want to increase their propaganda, like Illuminati bullshit and all that stuff. So they how these Zionist secret societies are trying to hide this from us, and how we might actually not be looking into our origin, why we are being created, why we were being created, what's our purpose in life, because they want to make us think our lives are worthless. This alien bullshit is all just real because of this propaganda, this Hollywood and all that stuff. But how we might actually have a reason in our lives, how we might have more to us than we know, what's the reason behind this origin. So definitely thanks a lot for sharing this video with me. I'm definitely gonna look into this video, this topic more. I can't explain this anymore. This topic is just vast. I hope I give a basic review of what I thought. I hope you like it. Thanks a lot for sharing this video with me.
So in this video I will.
Wow. That dude, he enjoyed that Flatsmacking. He was definitely happy about doing the project and having me hit his inbox with a $5 order to wake him up. That's awesome. So we had one on the fence and one guy that said he was going to do more research. Good enough for me. I've got several more, and I know 2 of them are also just as good as that. And out of 7, if we got 3 out of 7, that's damn good. I don't know what the others are, but yeah. Next up, we're going to look at some famous flubs that have happened on the ISS. This is a video courtesy of the FE community, or the Flat Earth community down in Hungary, and I found it on Facebook. So check this out. This will be fun. And you know, there's not I don't think there's any words to it, so I'm gonna have to like maybe talk through it, and we'll see how this goes. But where is it? Here it is. It's obnoxiously loud, I know. It's showing you like the CGI, you know, and that fakes all this stuff, for sure.
Commander Whitson making history with her record for any American. By the time she lands in September, her tally will be 666 days in space. 666 days in space.
You don't say. Look at this nonsense right here. What's happening right here? He just kicked the ball to that guy, and he was like, "What?" He caught nothing. What was he doing? Did y'all catch that? I'm gonna back that up real quick. He kicks the ball. This guy's gonna what? What is this? He's looking where? What is this? What? Okay. The hell are you doing? Okay. Yeah, look at this nonsense. What are they grabbing for? All over. What in the world are they grabbing for right here? Come on, people. Look at the guy in the back left. He's like, up, I tried. Look at her in the right, in the red shirt. Look, she's going, let me fix this cable. Let me fix that. Oh God. Oh, I got it. Let me fake smile for the camera. Hi, guys. Look at the guy now on the left. That smile. Oh my God. Look at the dude, the bottom right, grabbing onto his shirt, grabbing onto the blue guy's shirt. Look at that. He's trying not to even look. He's grabbing onto a cable. I mean, ballers, explain to us why we have video of this. What in the world are they doing? What are they doing? You can't explain that, ballers. Look at that. Look at that. That's green screen, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. So, anyway, thanks to those flat earth people down in Hungary. Next up, I got a bit of hard news for you guys. It's very upsetting for me to be bringing this one to everyone's attention. Do you remember Josh Walker? He was doing the Flat Earth Uber videos where he was driving in the Uber cabs and he was picking up people and flat smacking them along the way and putting videos out for us. Turns out he's a diabetic and he skipped a shot of insulin around the time he was doing the Salton Sea experiment. Ended up he was really having some trouble down there, and someone ended up having to call 911 for him. And he ended up in a coma, and he's now, or he was, or is still now on a breathing apparatus, sort of like an incubator. It's real serious. He's at JFK Hospital near the Salton Sea with his brother and mother, and as soon as he's in any sort of stable condition, they hope to move him closer to the family. So I bring you that news with a very heavy heart. He was a guy that I really appreciated what he was doing, and he's a real flat earther. He was down there, you know, at the Salton Sea. I'll put his channel down in the show notes below. But keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Send some Reiki if you do that sort of thing. I know I already have. Yeah. The next video we're gonna pump it up with Truth is Stranger Than Fiction. That channel has created a video called Flat Earth, Same Clouds Cloned from 2002 to 2017. Look for yourself. So did you know that they were using the same cloud formations in today's CGI videos of Earth as they were in 2002? I didn't. This little gem is fresh off of the channel there at Truth is Stranger Than Fiction. And I mean, they really have balls if they're trying to pull this off on people. Really, they do. This is ridiculous. I'm just going to play what looks like about a minute of this. How did we miss this? I'm speaking like I should have caught this. You should have caught this. We all should have attempted to do this, but they really are trying to pull this off as real, and that's amazing. So look at this. If you're a baller, you really have some explaining to do. Oh, now that's not good. Oh, hold up. There we go. Oh, come on with it. Why am I putting it in here like a noob? Let me put it in here where it goes. Okay, check it out.
So the one that was most interesting to me was this one where it's supposedly a picture of a solar eclipse taken from a satellite or from space over Mexico here. And sure enough, there's the twin cloud formations right there in the Gulf of Mexico. It's always in the same general area, and sometimes it's kind of tilted a little bit or moved around. And I remember seeing this picture months ago, and so now seeing it here, I actually started digging around trying to figure out what the source of this picture was, because you can find it on like a couple different websites where indeed they're showing it as if it's a true photograph from space or from orbit or whatever the source is, but they don't list the source. But the people who are sharing this photo genuinely believe that it's a picture of an eclipse. I mean, it always looked fake to me. It just looks like, you know, you just took an image and then spray painted some black onto an area. It's got to be like the easiest thing you could possibly do in Photoshop. And oh yeah, there's an eclipse from space. So it really makes you start to realize like how many photos that are supposedly of the globe that are floating around out there that are using these very old source images. And even when you go to this, like I found this article where it breaks down like why, you know, Simmons explains like how they supposedly he made this image and using all this Terra satellite data over 4 months. I mean, the whole story is just ridiculous, because then they even show right here that
You can check out the rest of that video on the show notes down below. But yeah, he goes into talking about how well, let me switch to the browser thing. I might skim around in the video here. He goes into talking about Rob Simmons, and he shows this NASA imagery that has a lot of these cloned. Look at that right there. That's cloned clouds, and they're using this in the animations that make up the CGI ball Earth. I mean, but they've been using this stuff since 2002. The same cloud formations, and he says they often appear like cloned together, just like it's shown here. They often appear like boom, boom, right next to each other, like blatantly. You ballers have some splaining to do. Why can't we just get an unscrewed with picture of Earth from space? Can't answer that. Can't. All right. That was all of the Flat Earth content that I had, the news and everything. I want to talk about something that I told you guys in the beginning that I would talk about, because it's pretty big, and it upsets the hell out of me. It really does. You remember Infinite Plane Society? IPS? I caught a lot of shit for supporting IPS. And you know what? Hold on, let me get in the Tesla for this one. I gotta. I really took a lot of flack for supporting IPS, and I'm gonna say I end up like this. I want to like the guy still, but I think he's a spineless little douchebag now, and I hope I never see him in person, because I'm gonna want to pick him up over my shoulder and break him in half. Moving on. Let me tell you why. A lot of you may not know, but it's going to be publicly announced at the new Flat Earth conference. And hold on, let me not do that. Clicked on something that popped up on my screen. Anyway, Roland Reddy and Rick Hummer. Do you guys know who those two people are? Rick Hummer is FE Core. I don't know. He helped Robbie Davidson put the Flat Earth Convention in Raleigh, North Carolina together there at the end of 2017. Rick Hummer, Robbie Davidson really worked hand in hand, as well as a lot of other people. But Rick Hummer also plays a character called Roland Reddy. And if you watched the last show, I believe I played it on the last digest. Let's just say IPS had a problem with that, because he wasn't in on this joke. Supposedly, Rick Hummer is Roland Reddy, and it was supposed to be kept under wraps, but it leaked out, and IPS got really butthurt about it. And I was in the conversation at the time, and I was kind of siding with him, so I can see how this could like transpire and fester in the background, some sort of flat Earth drama. Because I mean, the points IPS was making, I kind of felt like I sided with at the time. The fact that IPS was saying, oh, this is a hoax perpetrated on the Flat Earth community. Why is Rick Hummer playing this character, Roland Reddy, and meeting with Neil deGrasse Tyson and making Flat Earth look dumb because he's coming at Neil deGrasse Tyson looking like a redneck rocket scientist, and but he's still on the side of the globe at that point talking with Neil deGrasse Tyson. But supposedly they have something else up their sleeve. There's a big, like, a movie going on. But anyway, IPS, like, figures this out. Like, he's one of the first people to really figure this out or put it out there. And the problem is all of his people, his cult following and whatever, they started going around chat rooms, and they started... Superman. They started going around chat rooms, and they were attacking people in FE Core, saying... Why didn't you let me in on the joke? Why are you not saying that Rick Hummer is Roland Reddy? And because they were attacking people like DITRH, they were attacking people like Bob from Glowbusters. They were attacking people that are in FE Core or that are big names that associate with Rick Hummer and the event, and they were going after these people, making a mess in chat, and it was just stupid. And like, Bob and DITRH didn't even know, you know? So like, they jumped the gun, they made themselves and made IPS look like an ass. It turns out that, you know, Bob from Glowbusters and I, we've talked, he didn't know anything about it. Now he knows. But a lot of people have really withdrawn support from IPS because of that. And then me, I was in the chat room, I was being called an agent. I was in IPS's Discord chat one night, trying to just mend this drama. That's all I do. I'm a healer in so many ways, but one of the things that I am able to be in, I don't know, like, I don't know what to call it. I'm in the middle of drama in the Flat Earth between this person and that person, and this person and that person's drama, and that person and this person, and this camp and that camp. I'm like, I'm all around. I know a lot of stuff that I don't make public, and I'm trying to go behind the scenes to like get everybody to sort of kiss and make up, if you will. And boy, it's just hard. People really get set in their ways, and stuff really festers, and they're like pitting each other against each other. It's just really a big mess. So, but once I was starting to be called an agent for trying to help IPS talk with Bob from Glowbusters, and IPS was dodging that. IPS was like, oh, no, I have a case with the FBI going on, and I can't talk to any FE Core members about the case at all. Yet he can live stream and spew it out to the world. Okay. He told me he was going to give Karen B from FE Core the FBI case number and stuff like that. I was told he never did follow up with that. He dodged the opportunity that he could have had to talk with Bob that night. He made videos saying Karen B was making death threats. Karen B making death threats to IPS. You think that's true? This dude's delusional. But I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about it. I've withdrawn support from him. He's crazy. But he's not as crazy as the people he's got hanging around with him, because they really got to him. Poor guy is psychologically abused, and he's a spineless little douche. That's all. So, moving on. Would you like to call into the show? Is there anything you want to talk about? If you want to call into the show, the telephone number is 504-264-3609. But give me a second to put on my headphones. Because that's what I have to do. You know what I need? I need a... Oh, this is good enough. This is good enough. I needed like a brief interim screen. Give you time to call in. All right. I put on the headphones just in case anybody wants to ring. Let me check out the chat real quick. Say hi to everybody. Hey, Bob from Glowbusters, Special Agent Horry. How's it going? Just talking about you. Speak of the devil. I used to like IPS, not anymore though, says Bob. You know what? You're not the only one. I have received kudos from you and at least 2 other prominent members in the Flat Earth because they said the same thing. I used to support IPS, but now I don't. And a lot of people dropped support because of the Mad Mike thing, and they felt that he didn't give the funds to Mad Mike, and I thought he did. IPS told me Mad Mike stopped talking to him because MGTV was causing too much drama. Now I don't know if I believe that. Every time like me and IPS were supposed to like get some project going, he'd always flake out on me. And another person already told me that too. So I'm like, this guy's really, he's either, I thought it was just way too busy, but now maybe he's so confused he doesn't know who he can trust. I mean, I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt, but holy shit, right? Yeah, I think I was kicked out of IPS Discord, says Flat Earth ANCAP. Yeah, I was. I know I was. Larry Sieben says, I am FBI Female Body Inspector, different association. Yeah, Plain Pollock says, they're a cult. That's don't think they are one is all. Yeah, they don't think they're one. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I was kind of cool being in the cult for a while. I was like, I don't care. IPS is doing great shit. But then he started doing some weird shit. And I was like, okay, IPS is like doing some weird shit. Whatever, it's cool. I'll still help him out, talk about his show and promote his channel. But no, like not anymore. Not when I was in the chat and people like Shill Scanner were calling me. Shill Scanner is like banned in every chat room that I ever go in. Like he's just one of those trolls and he's banned everywhere. And this guy was like, Horry, you're an agent. What are you doing showing up in the Flat Earth scene right here when the Rolling Ready Rick Hummer thing is you trying to do damage control? You're coming here to do damage control? And I was like, what? If you look at my videos, like I just took them down off my channel because they're now sort of irrelevant. I'm back with the person that I I broke up with, or who broke up with me. But it's like I had some shit to deal with, bro. But anyway, I was being treated like an agent because I didn't know anything about Shill Scanner and what he does for the community. So I looked at his channel and he had like, I don't know, like 500 subs, and he had a bunch of trolly videos, and I was like, I can understand why people block this guy. He was calling me he called me a bitch like 4 times, and I was like, IPS, what's going on? What is this guy doing? Who is this guy? And IPS really didn't say anything. So I was like, wow. So that's why I regard IPS as just a spineless little douche now. After all the stuff, all the times I've put my neck out for IPS, and I was sitting in his Discord, hearing all of his little people, his little minions, as I call them, tell me I'm an agent. So I was like, okay, yeah, so I started blocking. I started muting people. I started being like, oh, who are you? Who are you? I don't even know you. Your voice sounds terrible. Mute. So after like 2 or 3 of those people, somebody kicked me out. I didn't care at that point. But no more IPS. So go ahead and unsub. Damn, I want a beer now. Agent Horry, says Paul. Plain Pollux. No, I don't normally drink and drive. But when I'm in the Tesla. Yeah, he's a tough guy on his keyboard, old school warrior. He is. Yeah. My BS allergy never let me get too into him. Anyway, guys, I'll give you just a minute to call in if anybody wants to do a quick call in. I'll pop the number in the chat real quick. I know there's a couple people that do want to call in. They just don't know I'm actually live yet. But that's really all I had for you guys. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more Flatsmacking videos that I'm gonna play. I might do a show just for Flatsmackers Live, and I'm also gonna do an astral projection and energy healing kind of mixed live stream show. Maybe even tonight. I might get on here just to get it out there, just to put myself out there live for people that want to come in and ask questions, because a lot of the people who are subscribed to me or who see my stuff on Facebook, they keep asking me when am I going to go live for this. So if you see me pop back on my channel in the next like 40 minutes doing that, don't be surprised, because yeah, I might just do that. And if you've already heard anything I've talked about before, it's going to be sort of a repeat. It's going to be like how to go out of body, how to do energy stuff, and whatever questions come through the chat. But it's interesting if you're into that sort of thing. It's actually real. Like, oh my gosh. The whole reason I talk about that kind of stuff is because I've really really tried to put it to the test. And that's the conclusion I came to was, okay, it's very real. And they don't want us to know that. This stuff should be taught in high school and school. Like this should be like passed down. I mean, oh my God, I don't know. Leaving your body, walking through walls. I mean, it's cool to do that. I guess, you know, I don't know what else you could do with it, but when I was able to like go out of body and see the future for 5 minutes ahead of time, I could see the benefits of that. So, you know, the possibilities are fascinating, and that's why I talk about it. I'm not even like into it anymore. I don't even practice it anymore. I remember how to do it, and I can give great advice on, you know, on how to do it. Good to see you back on top of the world, says Real Earth Rocks. Yep. I'm on top of the world. I got my life back, and it's going back in a good direction. So that's it, guys. But have a great 4th of July, or happy Slave Day, as I will say to all my truther friends. And be on the lookout for that live stream coming up, and the next Flat Earth Digest show in the next, you know, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. And remember, I'm here to wake people up. Who's with me?